Okay, just to get us a quick unboxing. What do I have here? Yeah, I can tell that the bevel is there, and it's not the one that's flat. It's got that little angle to it. It's just what I ordered. The only thing I don't particularly like about it is that it's in gloss. And I was hoping to find one in matte. But I will be putting the sand on it, knocking it down, and that's what I was looking for. Wanted that beveled edge. That coming across some 180, and that helps to get it right on down. You want to get all that shininess off of it, so you'll make sure you get a good coat of prime on it, especially in the places where you're going to be priming it. Some spots like this I'm not too worried about. That's going to be under the bumper, under the trim, but wherever you have any places it's going to be exposed, especially focus on those and get all the shine off. 180 is pretty smooth, and it's not leaving any deep scratches. Once you do the 180, you can come back with the 400. And it's not that I don't like the gloss black, it just doesn't go with my ideas for this project. And as hard as I'll get out to find this in matte black. Okay, got them all sanded down. Now to degrease them and get them primed.
Trimming the wood down, cutting it down how I like it.
I would have two routes to go. I could leave it shiny, gloss, but that gloss is more like for the XSE, the gloss finish. The matte is more known with the SE. So I want to matte it out, all my little accessories, I'm gonna matte them out. If I need to cover, I know the rear, I'm gonna have to cover that with the matte paint. So it's gonna be a smooth touch-up sand matte, touch-up sand gray matte. The deck spoiler, the trunk spoiler, I know it comes in gloss, so that's going to be a sand process such as this. And I'm not sure about the louvers. Well, maybe even those. In order to keep everything uniform in color, this probably will be the process. So this will be with the front lip, the rear diffuser, the window louvers, the rear side window louvers, and the deck spoiler. But this is how this is coming along. Got a nice coat of prime on them. And this is what I was saying when I ordered these. I wanted that bevel in them, and they're not flat. Some of them seems to it has a nice slope look to them or nice rounded look to them, but they miss that bevel. I want that in there for that downward look, that lower profile look. I like the curves on these. I'm not too thrilled about the side little pieces. I thought about cutting them down, but I think I'm gonna leave those as is, and we're gonna rock them out like this. So at this point, I have let them dry, and I'm just gonna go over with a 400 grit sandpaper just to touch it up a bit, get any like loose lint particles or stuff like that out of them. This is just getting it ready for, I'm gonna see how it sands out, but just getting it ready for the coat of matte paint. I'm washing them basically to get any grease, oil, or any residue of such, especially from my fingers or whatever. Trying to get all of that off so that prime paint will take to it. After I wash them, once they dry, I'm going to come back and wipe them down, get some rubbing alcohol, let that sit and dry, and I'll be ready to put a coat of black on them. Just keep in mind to hit your corners and your edges with a nice coat of paint, so those end up being the thinner areas. And that wash was just with soap and warm water. Okay, I'm about to prime the front lip, and what I picked up was some Rust-Oleum. I have the Auto Primer in flat black, flat dark gray. So this is flat dark gray. Oh well. And this is this high performance enamel, and this flat black. High dark gray and flat black. I picked this up for my mat. I looked at the mat and compared it in the store, and they're pretty much identical. I mean, really, really spot on. And I guess I can see a little bit dark gray in it now, but I'm going to use this to prime it, and then I'm going to come back and once it's thoroughly dry, spray this on it for the final coat. That's my first coat of primer.
This is how these are coming along. I think they're taking pretty well. Now I'm going to sand it down with 2000 grit. And from there, a light 2000 grit sand. And then a coat of matte or flat black. And to paint them, I will be using this. So I want to see how it turns out. Okay, let's get ready for the first coat. Okay, for the most part, they're coming along pretty good. I have a spot where there's a hair that got caught up in there. Right about there, and there's another one somewhere. I'm gonna wet sand with 2000 grit and take it from there. This is 2000 grit wet sand. Wet sand gives it a whole different feel with sanding. Yes, looking pretty good. Okay, and then your pack of screws for your lip. You should have at least about 11 long screws, and I happen to have 5 short screws. And the short screws are gonna go in there on the underside. You're gonna have 2 on this side and then 2 on the opposite side. Alright, this one here is not all that tight, so I'm hoping the Gorilla Glue is going to help hold that in place. And if you ever work with Gorilla Glue, you know it can be pretty messy, pretty runny. So just for GP, while this dry, hopefully this will help it keep from getting all over the place. So we'll just let those sit and dry, and then we'll come back and check them out later. Alright, this is how these came along. Put the clear Gorilla Glue on them. Seems to be holding them in place pretty good. It was a clean job. It didn't come seeping through. on to the other side. And I like the way the coat is on it. I'm not going to sand it from here. It'll just be washes and see how it comes along from there.